สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome back to Bim's Kitchen. This is my first time making sourdough chocolate bread, and in the same time I make 2 chocolate marble bread, and I have 1 white loaf. This is beautiful. This is my first chocolate loaf. I use chocolate and also some cocoa powder. My chocolate marble bread. Is that beautiful? $126 chocolate, and some brown sugar, $60. Okay, and then I'm gonna add cocoa powder, a little bit of cocoa powder, about 10 grams. See, just to need the color. And then I'm gonna put in the microwave. Done. สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome back to Bim's Kitchen. Today is holiday, so I'm baking again. I'm gonna make 2 loaves for chocolate, and 2 loaves is white bread. So the first one, I need to make the chocolate first. The starter. This one is Sally. She been feed about 3 or 4 days. 220 grams. Another one is also 220 grams. For this one, I'm gonna add 770 grams. Okay, this one also another 770 grams. We're gonna add the whole wheat for both. We need 100 grams of whole wheat. Okay, now I need another 100 grams for this one. Right, and then for this one, I'm gonna add the mixture of my chocolate since the beginning. Okay, now we're gonna mix this one. Okay, 1,000 gram each for the container. Now before I mix chocolate and white bread, I need to make sure that my hand is not mixed up, otherwise the color gonna be mixing. 1,000 gram, I'm gonna add 22 gram of salt. Perfect. This one, 22 gram salt. That's okay. Now we're mixing the dough. We start with white bread first because then my hand not get dirty. Oops, this one is chocolate one. I need more chocolate because it doesn't look right. I'm gonna add more cocoa powder. Oh, 40 grams of chocolate more. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. So I add 34 gram of water. Now after I got the mixture, I'm gonna put into the container. With my hand a little bit. We're gonna wait for 30 minutes. Then we coming back. Now after 15 minutes, want to make sure that the chocolate is melted and mix in the dough nicely, and the gluten is developing. Sorry for my English. This is first stretch and fold after 30 minutes resting. Someone asking for stretch and fold video. I already make so many, but still they want to have it because some of baker miss my video. So this one I make it again. This one is first stretch and fold. So after I doing that, I go around the container. And then I turn my dough around. Kind of smooth the surface on top a little bit. This one is my chocolate dough. be a little bit messy. Okay, now we're gonna do the lamination for our chocolate. We're gonna make chocolate marble. Oh, I need to wait the counter. And these two I'm gonna separate in half. Okay, perfect. Now we have half of the white bread. Stretch and fold. In the container. Now we're gonna do the marble bread. Oops. This is my chocolate dough. Now, come to the white dough. Before I do that, let me touch my, let me clean my hand. hot. After residue for another 30 minutes, we're gonna do the lamination method again for my marble chocolate sourdough bread. So just let's stretch out like the third one and then fold it back to normal envelope style. This is our normal dough during third stretch and fold. We just do normal stretch and fold for chocolate and normal white bread dough. Now, after rest the dough for 30 minutes, this is our last stretch and fold. So again, I use the stretch out like lamination method again because my dough is very stiff, and in the same time I can check that if some of my white dough had quite a lot, so I can stretch out and then use the chocolate color to cover it. So this way when we bake our bread, we had nice beautiful marble pattern. Now this is our white dough and chocolate dough. So because it's really stiff dough like I told you, so this time I using lamination method for my white dough as well. So all I do is I just stretch it out into rectangle as much as I can and then fold back together like you folding your clothes or folding envelope. So this is my technique for my stiff dough. If I can find my dough stiff, I always doing that. Now come to chocolate dough, we doing the same thing. So this way we can develop the gluten. Now after we develop the gluten for our dough, it's time for them to go to continue for bulk fermentation. I control the room temperature for bulk fermentation at 25 degrees Celsius because I don't want my chocolate bread to be sourness. In Thailand, if you don't control the temperature, your dough can be really sourness. I book for another 4 hours at room temperature at 25 degrees Celsius. And then after that, we're gonna do pre-shape and shape. This is my dough after root fermentation for 4 hours. So I'm going to wet the counter a little bit. For the marble sourdough dough, I am going to show you how I pre-shape my marble bread. Same as my stretch and fold last couple of times. What I do, I just cut into 2 loaves, similar weight. Those 2 is about 1 kilogram. Stretch out and look at the marble printer and then try to create a magic beautiful on that dough. And then same as my normal dough, I do the same thing. So this time is our final shape for our 4 loaves, 2 marble and 1 white bread and 1 full chocolate. Now this is my tips for you. After I final shape my dough, I feel that this dough is really stiff and I couldn't get a nice shape for my final shape for my batard basket. So what I'm doing, I rest the dough for another 5 minutes and I reshape them to make it nice oval shape to my batard basket. This time I make sure that I shape it tightly and also make it perfect oval shape, because when I bake it, the ear will be pop up nicely if I have a very tight dough, and also the belly gonna be pop up nice. So this is my tips for you. If you feel like your dough is not shaped perfectly, you can rest another 15 minutes and then reshape again. Make sure it's nice and tight. And this is my dough ready to go to the fridge for cold retard. Let's bake our beautiful chocolate bread. This is 12 hours after cold retard. The next day we're gonna bake multiple loaves, 4 loaves at the same time. And I want to show you my tips and technique how I do the 4 open bake, 4 multiple loaves, and how to get all of them have a perfect shape, all of them have a beautiful belly, and all of them have a equal rise. This is my technique. First of all, I just brush out the extra flour, or this is rice flour that I put in the on the Benetton basket to prevent my dough to stick onto the basket. And then I spray heavily water onto my dough, and then I use the bread to cut it deep, very deep. So if you ferment it well, you can see that when it open, you can see the crumb is start to separate. Now I preheat my oven at 250 degrees for about half hour. This is a tip. I use the cookie sheet. The reason I use cookie sheet because they don't have high edge. Then I can put 2 beautiful loaves at the same time. If they have high edge, I can put only 1 loaf. So 2 loaves onto my cookie sheet at the bottom, and then I close the door first because I don't want the heat to be escaped before I put another 2 loaves in. Now this is a very important part. I have black tray with another tray on top, so I can create the steam on that tray. So people keep asking me about this. After 5 minutes, this is the tips to make equal bake for open bake multiple loaves. What I'm doing here, I just switch the tray from the bottom to the top, and in the same time I don't forget to rotate around. So make sure that each side of the dough had an equal heat element, and then on the top tray I put it to the bottom tray. In the same time I rotate as well. So and then continue baking. Continue bake 10 minutes. Okay, after 30 minutes, we will see how our bread look like. This is our chocolate bread. Turn it up because we can put it on. Wow, the marble bread looks good. So good. Now I'm turn the temperature down to 220 degrees Celsius and continue for 30 minutes. Oh. Perfect. Chocolate. No more bread. Beautiful. This is my 4 breads. This one is marble. 2 of them is marble. This one is chocolate, a little bit flat. And this one is my normal sourdough loaf. Beautiful.